Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is Chapter 14, In Search of Hope. This is Antigonus Gaming. So In Search of Hope is like Chapter 3 and Chapter 8, where it's like you get a bunch of... There's like a mandatory story component, but there's also a bunch of open side quests. As I said at the end of the video, the last video, I'm not going to do all of them, because I realized just compared to how the pace that I was going with other chapters was 2 to 3 videos, and for those side quest ones, there were more like 6 and like 5 to 6, and it's just poorly paced. If any of you are looking for like a major content creator that talks about Final Fantasy VII, Maximilian Dude has kind of been like the main one for this remake series. He mostly does fighting game content, but he was a big Final Fantasy VII fan as a kid, and he really likes the action combat. And I was watching a stream with him, and he mentioned how he forced himself to do everything in sequence for the first 2 games, and he found at times it dragged. And now that I think about it, this is my first time making content on a game, and I realize it's definitely true. When you're just playing to play, it's easy to get lost into, playing for hours and hours, and but when you're doing actual content and you're realizing like, oh, will somebody want to watch me play this for, hours and hours. Just running around doing side quests is not very interesting if you're not actively playing. So I'm going to do a couple, like Madam M and Andrea have quick side quests that are pretty decent. And, Kyrie, the girl that was, spreading lies about Avalanche, is involved in a funny sequence, so I'll do that. But other than that, I'll probably, save the rest of the quests for... a side video that I'll do later, after I've finished the main story, for anyone who just wants to go back and see the content. When I'm doing that, and then I'll do the Yuffie DLC, and all that all told together will only be a few videos, and I'll do that, then I'll probably take a short break and then start Rebirth. So, we're in Sector 5, but we're gonna head over to Wall Market. We'll get stopped by one of Sam's guys. His side quest is pretty long, so I'm not gonna do it.
You, Cloud, right? Man, am I glad I caught you. Sam, he told me who you are. Said you're a merc, and a former soldier at that. Listen, I hate to ask, but we got a few runaway birds. Mind helping us find them? Poor things were so startled by that plate coming down, they just up and bolted. I'm sure they're around here somewhere, frightened and hungry. My poor birds.
Worried about them, huh? All right. I think we can help you out.
Oh, thank you. When you find them, feed them this. There's 3 missing all told, and their names are Coco, Lolo, and Momo. They'll come on home once they got some food in their bellies. Good luck. I'm counting on y'all.
Chocobo carriages will take you to destinations much faster than by foot. Finding missing chocobos for Sam increases the number of available destinations. Take a ride, check the schedule at a chocobo station, and talk to... So it costs money, and then once you complete a side quest, you get it for free. So I'm actually going to run around, because that will ramp up steps on the pedometer materia, and it doesn't actually take that long to go from one area to another once or twice. It's like the fact that to do these quests, you're going through all these areas multiple times, and it really adds up. Actually, I'm gonna go the other direction, because there's a scene with Johnny, and I'm gonna try to minimize the number of times that we need to travel around. So we're gonna head to the church where we met Aerith. And then we're gonna head to Wall Market, and we'll do a couple quests in Wall Market. And then we're gonna head on up. And then we're gonna do the mandatory part of the chapter, and then we'll advance the story to the next chapter, and I'll do a second save, and I'll I'll go back later and do the rest of the content and add it as an extra video onto this playlist at the end. For anyone who's interested in seeing it. None of the side quests really unveil any deep lore or anything like that. You know. So.
Bro, Tifa! Damn, is it good to see you guys again?
I told you to stop calling me that.
Bro, I'm in serious need of your expertise. Lend me a hand?
Fine. What?
Truth is, I'm trying to get out of town for reasons. Yeah, reasons. But the thing is, I got mugged. She took it all, man. I tried to chase her down, I really did. But she was real fast-like. Man, what am I gonna do? This could be the end for old Johnny boy. I'm begging you, help me out. Come on, bro.
What'd she look like?
Bro. Hold on. Let me think. I want to get this right. She was a cutie. Black hair. Pretty sure she was wearing a hat. And, oh yeah, she was wearing these striped stockings, too.
Kyrie?
Which way did she go?
Toward the church, I think.
Alright, so
I haven't been to the office in days.
this is one of the quests. So we're gonna head to the church.
I've got a sister who lives topside.
Got this.
Dad looks
So we see her on the other side of the fence. But by the time we go through the fence, of course, she's run all the way to the church. So, but it doesn't take that long to get there. This is a fairly short walkway. We will run into one of Sam's chocobos along this way, but the thing is that the other two involve mini boss fights and we're out of the way, so
Was never in doubt.
to either we have to either go, one of them's in the middle of the collapsed highway and then the other one's in the middle of the scrapyard that we had to go we went through with Aerith back in chapter 8, and both of them involve mini boss fights. And the reward isn't really that useful if you're not doing all of the other quests.
Let's go.
So we feed the chocobo, the Gashel green, it eats it, and now I can use the chocobo service at the church, which actually will be really helpful because I'll be able to go straight from the church to Wall Market, which is where I'm gonna go next. So Damon's here, but I guess we'll talk to him too.
Oh, it's you, my good Merc. What brilliant timing you have. Oh, hello there. It is a pleasure to meet you both. I'm a journalist for the Daily Buzz.
The Daily Buzz? You mean that trash filled with Shinra fluff pieces?
Well, yes, that's fair. But we do get a lot of inside information because of our close ties with the company. Curious? Here's the scoop. A certain division of Shinra, that shall remain nameless, was planning to seize Corneo's assets. But before they could, the key to his secret vault, within which his misbegotten gains were securely tucked away, was stolen. And my sources tell me that the thief is the Undercity's beloved hero, the Angel of the Slums. The unidentified bandit who's been targeting anyone with ties to Shinra or Corneo. Yes, that Angel of the Slums has struck again. Well, do I have your undivided attention now?
Kinda, but hurry it up. We don't have time for a 3-act play.
Then I'll make this quick. So, my good Merc, you do remember where the Angel's hideout is, right?
Do you remember the death threat she left there?
Oh, that. I've decided to seek the silver lining in this case. If the Angel of the Slums deigns to take an interest in a humble reporter, then that itself would be a story.
What are you asking?
If you recover the stolen key, feel free to help yourself to the contents of Corneo's vault. All I want is knowledge, the identity of the angel. So if you happen to learn anything of value, I'd be tremendously grateful to you if you passed it along.
So we head back, and Kyrie's hanging out by the flower bed of the church. Oh, there's something on the ground. This is part of one of the other side quests that we're not going to do because that involves a really long boss fight.
What? It wasn't me. You've got the wrong girl. Never committed a crime in my life.
You Kyrie?
Kyrie? Who's that? Can't say I know her, but cool name.
Someone mugged our friend and took every last skill he had. Sound familiar?
Oh, that? Oh, I thought I was in actual trouble. Don't scare me like that.
Now I remember you. You're that chick. The one who was spreading lies in Sector 5.
Oh, yeah, I did do that. Good times, good times. Hold on. I know you, Blondie. You're that merc everyone's talking about. Maybe my luck's not so bad. Shinra's after me. You've got to help me.
Stole from them too, did you?
No. Well, yes, sorta. It's complicated. How was I supposed to know they were Shinra? And now those jerks won't leave me alone. Even though all I took was some ugly key. I mean, what's the big deal anyway?
Wait a minute. That was you?
Oh, great. So everyone's talking about it? Is this the end? Am I a dead woman? Do I have to go in the rut? Leave Midgard forever and never look back?
Kyrie, please. Just give us the money you stole from our friend, would you? And the key while you're at it.
No way! You're gonna split the second I do! And then who will protect me? I can't handle this on my own!
We'll handle Shinra if you give us the key. Deal?
It's a deal. Right about now, those Shinra creeps should be hanging out at the Coliseum. They're waiting for a special match to start, starring yours truly. It's the talk of the town.
You're joking.
Oh, I won't be there. I'm not stupid.
It's a miracle you've managed to stay alive this long.
I'll take that as a compliment. Now run along and clean up my mess.
So we got the Chocobo stop, so we're gonna go to Wall Market. Because that's where the quests are at. So Sam's Chocobo service shows up. Is now bound for Wall Market. And we end up right outside Sam's place. Not sure exactly where he's at. Oh, he's to the left of it. You know, unfortunately, his quest just takes a little bit too long.
Do we really have to deal with Corneo again?
Got no other choice.
What? Did you guys get into it with him or something?
I don't want to talk about it.
Huh? Hey, Cloud. What happened?
Cloud, I'm glad to see that you're okay. In these trying times, I hope to develop new materia to help us endure. Cloud, I've come up with the most fascinating theory. Perhaps you can lend me your assistance in gathering data to test it?
So we can now also face Leviathan, but I'll probably do that later. In fact, I might add those to extra content as well. I don't really need Leviathan or Bahamut. So, alright, well here's the guy who works for Andreas. We'll talk to him.
Pleasure to see you again, sir.
You a regular?
We're here to see Andrea.
Terribly sorry, sir. Mr. Rodea is currently training at the gym. Since you're here, sir, might you favor us with another dazzling performance?
No.
I accidentally talked to Chadley too early. When Barret asks Cloud what happened the last time they were in Wall Market, he tells them that he doesn't remember. Which is, you know, obviously a complete lie. Because he would never be able to tell Barret what happened. So we're going to head up to the gym. And we got Andrea, and he's doing pull-ups.
Believe me, I have enough. Nope. Not yet.
Jules is telling him, like, hey, you know, haven't you done enough?
Cloud, how are you? I was hoping you knew a way we could get topside.
Sorry, but it's not possible. Well, well. What do we have here? I can see you're someone who likes to train to be the very best.
Me?
Talking to Tifa.
Your physique, slender yet toned, and that perfectly balanced symmetry. I can tell from a glance that you learned from the best there is. But your muscles look tight, which can only mean one thing. You're conflicted.
Tifa? Excuse me. You're Tifa, right? While you're here, want to give Andy a run for his money? Work up a sweat, release some endorphins. It's the answer to everything. I promise.
I'm in, if you are.
Alright, so now we talk to Andrea. He's finally come down from the pull-up
Right,
bar.
then. The winner will be the one who does the most pull-ups.
So we're going to challenge Andrea. And we're going to be Tifa in this.
Together,
Cloud
we
did
will
the
surpass
squats.
our limits.
So, perform the most pull-ups, and then your opponent in the allotted time to win. In the event of a tie, you lose. Follow the on-screen guide and press the corresponding buttons in the right moment to perform pull-ups. As you proceed, the guide will gradually fade from view, and you'll have to watch Tifa's movements to determine when to press the appropriate buttons. Be warned, however, that the button order changes every round. So, unlike the first minigame in where we did the squats, it was only one round. This is a 2-round minigame. So square, circle, X, triangle, square, circle, X, triangle.
You've got this, come on! Your form's looking good. That's how it's done. Not bad at all. That's how it's done. You've got this, come on!
Oh, shoot. I fell off. And he's going to catch up. Oh, and he fell off. So I'm in the lead. So I got a 7-5 lead after one round. And we got one more round of 30 seconds. And he is more aggressive in the second round. So
I knew you could do it!
having a 2 pull-up lead going in is not necessarily safe.
I knew you could do it!
However, so he's just taking the lead on me. But he fell down. So I'm tied with him again. Now I'm ahead of him again by 1.
You can do better than that.
Oh, we tied. I lost.
Thank you. I had quite a wonderful time. I hope you know that a single loss means nothing. The important thing is to keep trying. Never give up the fight.
That advice there is something that I really try to embody, you know, as someone who's failed several times in my life, sometimes because of my health. Learning that lesson is really key to keep going. So we're going to keep going.
Let's not disappoint each other.
In Rebirth, there's another minigame like this that's notoriously very difficult where she does crunches.
That's how it's done. Not bad at all. I knew you could do it. Your form's looking good. You've got this, come on. Your form's looking good. I knew you could do it. That's how it's done. You should try to get into a rhythm.
Alright, we've got a 4 pull-up lead this time going into round 2, an 8-4 lead, so hopefully that's enough. And he fell off immediately, which is really good, so it stretches our lead to 5.
I knew you
Now
could
we're at
do
a
it.
6 pull-up lead.
You've got this, come on. Your form's looking good. That's how it's done.
Alright. 13-5, I think we've got this.
You got this. Come on.
Worked up a good sweat.
I won 14-8. Tifa's got the little V for victory going.
It seems you've bested me, Tifa.
I can't believe I won.
Your fiery passion pushed me to my limits and helped me to overcome my lingering stress and fatigue. I'll be taking the stage tonight in the best condition of my life. Thank you.
No, thank you for the same.
To commemorate the evening,
So I got a Way of the
I would
Fist
be
book.
honored if you joined me on stage for a performance someday.
That gives Tifa's AP for her, or SP for her weapons. So we can challenge Ronnie and Jules and them, but I'm not going to, because again, I'm not looking to do end game content. I'm just looking to do, you know, a few side quests to get a taste of what's available, and then we're gonna move on with the main story.
Can't believe our luck.
So we're gonna talk to Madam M as well.
I heard shouting coming from the mansion.
If it isn't Cloud.
We're looking for a way topside. No one?
And luck with that. Security's so tight these days that not even a gnat could slip through. Wall Market's in a sorry state, too. Corneo's men are turning it upside down looking for Avalanche. The man with a gun for an arm.
What? Got a problem?
No, but you might. Corneo's men are searching high and low for an Avalanche member who fits your description. Shinra has placed a very impressive bounty on you and your friends' heads. And a lot of people are looking to get rich.
Ain't these fools got anything better to do?
You should also know that you and that arm of yours were spotted in the Sector 5 slums. Apparently, you were loitering in a rather lovely flower garden.
Oh, yeah? Wait,
This is bad. Really bad.
let's move.
So we're gonna go to the arena and do a fight.
Might be different if you could get
For the Kyrie Johnny side quest.
Those officers. Where'd they go?
And then after we solve that, I think that'll be it for this video. And then in the next video, we'll do Madam M side quest, and then we'll jump into the main story. So we're gonna rest on the bench here in the waiting room that we used when we were doing the Corneo Cup. Then we're gonna talk to the guy who runs the arena.
Oh, champ! Couldn't have picked a better time. This Kyrie chick totally flaked on her match, which means we're down a fighter, and we can't exactly pit the other guy against himself. What do you say? Mind taking her spot?
So we're gonna do the special match.
I'll take it.
Sweet! You're a real Wall Market hero, man. Crowd's gonna go wild when they see you.
The hell you doing here? Where's the girl, Kyrie? That thieving little pipsqueak?
Guessing he's the guy she's running from.
Kyrie's not coming. He'll have to make do with us.
Whatever. I can roll with it. After all, you and me, we got unfinished business.
This is the
In a shocking
Beastmaster,
turn of events,
the
our next bout is now
dude
a
we fought in the
brewing
first round of the Corneo Cup.
Which of these two will claim victory in today's Angel Cup?
He's got like a two-headed monster thing with him this time. though.
Fighters, begin!
So the first step is to take him out. He's a lot weaker than the Hellhound he's got with him.
Don't overdo it.
Off and away.
hellhound is a species that is the product of particularly deranged series of experiments. These two-headed creatures have limbs and tails that ignite when they're provoked. Savage and ravenous, they leave nothing behind after catching their prey, not even bones. Extinguish either the flame to weaken their ice attacks, or extinguish either the flame to weaken their ice attacks, or extinguish their red flame, while healing spells and items will extinguish their purple flame.
You're about to catch it cold. Gotta love it.
Staggered it quickly.
More on the back.
Get in there.
I've got this. It's on you.
All right. Watch and learn.
Alright, and ice attacks extinguish the flames on it, which means that we can then just unload onto it. Use Star Shower on it. And it's down, so we just use regular attacks, and there we go.
Our reigning champion does it again! Not only does he retain his crown, but now he can add Beast Whisperer to his list of impressive achievements!
Ha! That wasn't too much trouble.
Alright, so we're going to talk to the gatekeeper, and then we should be able to... And just like the other side quests, it should fast travel us back to the
Watching
church.
you guys fight gave me goosebumps. Hope your next match is even better than the last.
Turn to Kyrie, yes. We'll be back at Wall Market soon. Though Adam M's quest is in the area where we fought Rude a few chapters ago. So we talked to Kyrie.
So how'd it go?
Well enough. If they're smart, they won't send anyone else.
Really? That is so good to hear.
Learn your lesson, girl?
Totally. From now on, I only steal from the right people.
That ain't the lesson.
Talk about a weight off my shoulders. Oh, I completely lost track of time. I'd better get going.
Hold it.
Grandma! Why are you here?
Mireille is her
You,
grandma.
young lady, are going to hear about this later. Thank you for keeping her out of trouble.
She say grandma?
What? Did I forget to mention it to you? Kyrie is my granddaughter, my flesh and blood. See? We even have the same eyes. Kyrie, the key. You've kept them waiting long enough.
Yeah. What's it for, anyway? Why do you guys want it?
And how's that any of your business, young lady? Learn to wipe your own ass before you start rooting around in other people's shit.
Grandma, cut out! You're embarrassing me.
Me embarrass you? Says the girl who steals from anyone. Even a thief needs principles, not to mention the courage of convictions to follow their conscience. Take it from me, the guardian angel of the slums.
Wait a minute. You're the angel?
And you three are Avalanche. There's a fire in you. I can see it flickering in your eyes. That same fire's in me too. The guardian angel of the slums, Avalanche. They're just names. We are who we choose to be. But you have to decide who that is and commit. Make the most of your time while you still have it. Right?
We are who we choose to be.
Huh?
If we got our hands on Corneo's fortune and gave it away, we could be angels of the slums too.
I suppose that's one way we can do some good.
But that isn't the only way that Avalanche could make a real difference.
That's true enough.
This fight of ours is far from over, though.
Mireille's advice there is some of like the most profound stuff I've ever heard in a video game, I just, you know, the whole idea that, like, you know, we become so attached to the names of things. Oh, you know, my disease is this, or, you know, I can't do this or whatever. And, you know, while that's true on some level that, you know, things are in pain and, you know, we have limitations, your identity is not just your disease. You are who you choose to be. And, you know, with modern technology, like creating content like I'm doing right now, there's more ways than ever to try to, you know, do something with yourself. And, you know, the whole idea of you got to commit while you still have time is, you know, true. Marae's an older lady. She's got grandchildren, but she's still active and out there. And, you know, I just think that, you know, this game and Rebirth, and I'm really hoping for part 3 to deliver on more of this. These themes that are really relevant to the disability community that, you know, we often so often get trapped in this idea that, like, I am my disease, I am my health problems, and, you know, if there are ways out to have fulfilling lives, but and you know, the more affected you are, the harder and longer those roads are. But, you know, if you never try to find it, you'll never find it. And you know, when you choose to make your life better as much as you can, things will open up for you. You know, it may never be as much as someone who's fully able-bodied, but it will be better than it was before. And I think that's important to remember sometimes, that when you're in the depths of pain and suffering and despair from things that are not your fault and you can't control, that there are always things that you can control. And one of them is choosing to do the best with what you have. And, you know, it's not always an easy thing to do, and, you know, it's not an easy thing for someone who's, you know, able-bodied to hear from somebody who's never suffered, because so often it feels like people who have wonderful lives are like, oh, just, you know, work a little harder than everyone else and it'll be fine. And that's really frustrating, but it's true. But it, you know, I feel like, you know, you have to get it from the message has to be delivered by the right person, I feel like, sometimes, for it to sink in. And, you know, it's a lot easier to hear it from somebody who's actually been through those battles and, you know, knows what it's like to suffer and fail, you know, due to things that were thrust upon them by fate. And, so when I was not the biggest fan of the original 7, but I chose these games first because I was just blown away by all the things that the writers added to this expanded version of the Final Fantasy 7 story. And this scene with Marae was one that I really wanted to show, even though I'm not going to show all the side quests because of that sequence. You know, it's funny when she's telling off Kyrie, but the real good part of that sequence was her talking about making the most of the time that you have. And I'm not going to go on forever about this, but I just wanted to comment on that because it really was a meaningful conversation to me when I first heard it. And I really think that, you know, for anyone who's looking to consume accessible gaming content, they're probably someone who's suffered quite a bit. And, you know, it's not always easy to hear things like that because, you know, we can get trapped in that space where there's so few people in the world that are living the same experience we are, or an adjacent experience with a similarly severe condition. But, you know, as someone who's been through a lot of surgeries and stuff, you know, my life really improved when I decided that I was going to commit and decide to be more than someone who was just going to go along with what fate had dealt me. And, you know, I hope if anyone is listening to my video or watching my video at some point and you hear this commentary, that you get something out of both the story and what I'm saying, because it, you know, stories and things can be more meaningful. You know, people dismiss these things as like, oh, it's just entertainment, but, you know, it can mean more than that, especially when you're someone living a life where there's not a lot of real people that you can relate to. Sometimes a character from a story is actually more relatable than any person in your life. So Anyway, not to go on too long, that's my little speech there at the end. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with part 2 of this chapter. This one will be a little bit longer just because there's a lot of dialogue. But I'm going to do my best to make sure to keep it shorter than chapters 3 and 8. So and 9. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. So